Reaching the age of 80 is a significant milestone, but staying healthy, strong, and independent well beyond it requires more than just good luck. Many older adults don't realize that there are habits they may have developed over the years that quietly steal years from their lives without them even noticing. These habits often go unnoticed, and the damaging effects accumulate over time, resulting in a decline in both physical and mental health. As we age, we become more accustomed to certain behaviors, some of which, while seemingly harmless, can lead to long-term health consequences. From neglecting emotional health to isolating ourselves from others, these small choices add up to years lost. In fact, some of these habits are so ingrained in daily life that we often don't realize how much they impact our well-being. This video will reveal the 8 habits that, if left unchecked, can shorten your lifespan. While habits like poor diet, lack of exercise, and sleep deprivation are commonly discussed, there are hidden patterns that many people overlook. These are the quiet killers of health, and the good news is that with awareness they can be corrected. By the end of this video, you'll not only learn about the habits stealing years from your life, but also how to take control and reverse the damage. If you've ever wondered why you're not feeling your best despite doing all the right things, or if you're looking for ways to better protect your body and mind as you age, this video will offer insights and practical steps you can start today. Reason 1. Bottling up emotions. You might not realize how much your emotions could be silently affecting your life and health. For many people, especially older adults, emotions are often something that is bottled up, ignored, or pushed aside. Whether it's anger, sadness, grief, or fear, the act of not expressing emotions or suppressing them entirely can have a profound impact on both your emotional and physical well-being. Growing up, many people are taught to be strong, to suck it up, or to keep it together, especially in tough times. For some, emotions are viewed as a sign of weakness, particularly for older generations. Men, for instance, often face societal pressures to not show their vulnerability or emotions. This notion, although intended to protect or strengthen, can cause immense harm if not addressed in a healthy way. The body doesn't forget emotions. When they are repressed, they don't disappear. They fester, building up stress and tension. Over time, this builds a slow burn of negative effects on the body, and it can be more dangerous than you'd think. Repressed emotions trigger stress responses, including elevated blood pressure, inflammation, weakened immunity, and chronic fatigue. This silent toll on the body can have consequences like ulcers, heart disease, memory issues, and digestive problems. While you might not notice these changes at first, over time they can become severe and much harder to treat. Think about Alan, 81, who lost his wife after 50 years of marriage. He never cried. He never talked about his grief. He said he was managing. But after 6 months, Alan developed chronic headaches, trouble sleeping, and stomach problems. His daughter encouraged him to attend a grief group, and only then did he realize how much he had been holding in. He told me, "I didn't realize how much I was holding in until I heard myself say it out loud." For Alan, the act of expressing his grief was the first step in healing. This issue isn't just about grief. It's about daily life, keeping anger in, pretending that everything is okay when it's not, and feeling anxiety without releasing it. These emotions don't only affect the mind, they impact the body in a deep, long-lasting way. Emotional honesty isn't indulgent, it's vital to health and well-being. Holding emotions inside can cause physical symptoms like muscle tension, poor digestion, and a slower healing process. If you feel tired, stressed, or overwhelmed, it might be because you're not letting your feelings out. So, what can you do to reverse this habit? Start by giving yourself permission to feel. If something upsets you, don't push it down. Whether it's anger, sadness, or fear, express it in a healthy way. You can write down your feelings, talk to someone you trust, or even just reflect on them for a few minutes each day. The more you acknowledge and express your emotions, the more you allow your body to release stress and heal. Letting your feelings out doesn't make you less strong, it makes you more whole. Over time, this practice can help reduce stress, lower blood pressure, improve digestion, and boost your immune system. It can also help you feel more connected to yourself and others, improving your quality of life and ultimately adding years to your life. Emotional expression doesn't need to be a therapy session, it just requires space and time for your body to heal. Reason 2. Neglecting close relationships. As we grow older, many things begin to change, but one of the most important aspects of life that often gets neglected is our relationships with the people around us. In fact, one of the biggest predictors of living a long life is not what you eat or how much you exercise. It is how connected you feel to the people around you. And yet as we age, it's easy to let relationships slip away. People move, friends pass on, and family becomes busier. Before you know it, you're spending more and more time alone. This quiet isolation, whether physical or emotional, can begin to steal years from your life, and most people don't realize how toxic it can be until it's too late. Loneliness doesn't just hurt the heart emotionally, it affects the body physically. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness can be as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It weakens your immune system, raises your blood pressure, increases inflammation, and makes you more vulnerable to diseases like dementia and heart disease. One of the biggest dangers of loneliness is that it's invisible. You don't have to live alone to feel lonely. It's not about being surrounded by people. It's about feeling seen, heard, and valued. Without that, your health, emotional well-being, and even your lifespan can be seriously compromised. I once knew a woman named Marie, 77, who had family nearby and neighbors who said hello, but she felt like no one really knew her. She would go to the store, smile at people, but no one ever asked how she was really doing. Marie admitted that she had been avoiding deep conversations because she didn't want to bother anyone. It wasn't until she joined a local volunteer group just once a week that she realized how much she had been craving real connection. Her energy lifted, her sleep improved, and she started laughing again. All it took was one place where she could be herself, not just a polite version for others. This shows that even one meaningful relationship can have a profound effect on your health and life expectancy. It's not about the number of people around you, it's about the depth of the connection you have with them. If it's been a while since you've had a real heart-to-heart conversation, not just talking about the weather or how things are going on the surface, then it is time to reach out, call an old friend, write a letter, or join a group where you can meet like-minded people. Reconnecting with others doesn't have to be a huge task. It can be as simple as asking someone how they're really doing, taking the time to listen, or making the effort to connect. And when you make that space for connection, the benefits are tremendous. Loneliness can be physically draining, but a meaningful conversation, a shared moment of joy, or a simple act of kindness can be like medicine for the body. If you're unsure where to start, ask yourself, who do you miss? Who have you lost touch with over the years? Reaching out doesn't always require grand gestures. Even the smallest of connections can have life-changing effects. Reaching out to someone can not only help improve your emotional health, but it can also improve your physical well-being. By fostering relationships, you strengthen the foundation of your health and give yourself the joy of being truly seen and understood. The more connected you are, the more life you give to yourself. It might seem like a small thing, but over time the rewards are immeasurable. If loneliness has crept into your life, there's no better time than now to rebuild the bonds that matter most. Start with something small, something achievable, like picking up the phone or inviting a neighbor over for a cup of coffee. These actions create meaning in your life, protect your emotional health, and quite possibly extend your years. Reason 3. Consistently staying up late. Most people know that sleep is important for their health, but what many fail to realize is how much staying up late, night after night, can slowly rob you of your years. It's not about the occasional late night here and there. It's about the habit. The pattern of delaying sleep to watch one more episode of a show, scroll through your phone for another hour, or catch up on things that could easily wait until the morning. Over time, this habit quietly wears down your body in ways you might not notice until it is too late. When you consistently stay up late, you're not just cutting into your sleep time, you're disrupting your circadian rhythm. This is your body's internal clock, which tells you when to sleep, when to wake up, and when to repair itself. When this rhythm is disrupted, everything else begins to suffer. Your immune system weakens, your metabolism slows down, your memory gets foggy, and even your mood takes a hit. This doesn't just affect your energy levels, It affects your ability to think clearly, react quickly, and stay emotionally balanced. One man I knew, Clifford, 74, used to joke that he'd sleep when he was dead. He stayed up well past midnight every night reading the news, sometimes playing card games on his phone. He thought it wasn't a big deal. He felt like he was getting plenty of time to rest. But over the years, Clifford noticed his energy levels dropping. He caught colds more often, and eventually his doctor told him that his heart issues were linked to his chronic sleep disruption. It wasn't until he tried to improve his sleep that he realized just how much his late-night habits had taken a toll on his body. "I didn't think it mattered," he said, "until it did." What makes the impact of staying up late so insidious is that it doesn't always show up immediately. It's not just about feeling tired the next day. It's about the long-term damage done to your body's natural processes. Poor sleep can affect your decision-making, your focus, and your emotional resilience. Over time, this lack of proper rest can make everything in life feel harder. You get irritable, forgetful, and slower to react. But here's the good news. It's never too late to make changes. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight, but you can start by shifting your habits just a little bit at a time. Try moving your bedtime back by just 15 minutes each night. Turn off screens at least 1 hour before bed to help your body relax. Use softer lighting in the evening and avoid blue light from your phone or computer. It may seem like a small change, but your body wants to sleep. It is designed to heal during the night. You just need to give it the right conditions. And here is another key point. It is not just about the amount of sleep you get, it is about the quality of it. Deep restorative sleep during the early part of the night is vital for your body's repair process. Without it, your body starts breaking down faster than it should. If you consistently get poor sleep, you could find yourself struggling with health issues sooner than you expect. Remember, sleep is not a luxury, it's an essential part of life. It is one of the most powerful tools you have to protect your brain, heart, and overall health. The earlier you sleep, the more time your body has to restore what the day has worn down. It's a simple yet incredibly effective way to protect your longevity. One simple habit change can make a huge difference. Stop treating your late-night habits as something harmless. Prioritize sleep, and you'll see improvements in your physical health, mental clarity, and emotional resilience. By making sleep a priority, you'll be giving yourself the best chance to live longer, healthier, and more fully. Reason 4. Skipping regular checkups. As we age, many of us feel like we've made it past the worst and that we were doing just fine, but one of the most dangerous habits after 60 is the tendency to skip regular health checkups. It's easy to think, "I feel fine, so I don't need to go to the doctor." However, this decision can quietly cost you years, and the damage often happens before you even realize it. One of the biggest dangers of not keeping up with regular checkups is that many health issues develop slowly and without noticeable symptoms. Conditions like high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, and even certain types of cancer can progress for years before showing any obvious signs. By the time you feel something is wrong, the problem may already be advanced. Early detection, however, can make all the difference in the world. For example, a man named Leonard, 76, hadn't seen a doctor in over a decade. He joked, "I'm fine. I'll go to the doctor when something's broken." It wasn't until one day, while walking his dog, Leonard fainted and had to be rushed to the hospital. After running some tests, it was discovered that Leonard had undiagnosed diabetes and dangerously low blood pressure. He was lucky that he got help in time, but his doctor explained that his condition could have been managed years ago if he had just kept up with his routine checkups. Leonard admitted, "If I had gone in sooner, this wouldn't have scared my family half to death." And he was right. If health issues like diabetes are left untreated, they can lead to serious complications. But by regularly seeing a doctor, small problems can be caught early before they become life-threatening. A quick blood test, a basic heart scan, or even an eye exam can provide crucial insights into your health and help prevent major issues down the road. Checkups aren't just about finding diseases. They're about peace of mind. Knowing that you were taking proactive steps to protect your health allows you to feel confident that you were doing everything you can to stay healthy. They also provide an opportunity to learn about any lifestyle changes you might need to make in order to stay healthy for years to come. Skipping checkups also means missing out on valuable opportunities to ask your doctor important questions, whether it's about medications you're taking, concerns you have about aging, or simply checking in to ensure you're on the right track. These conversations can help you make informed decisions about your health. As we get older, we may feel like we know our bodies better than anyone else, but doctors have a wealth of knowledge and tools that can help catch issues that aren't always immediately apparent. Regular checkups are an investment in your future, one that can help you avoid unnecessary pain, frustration, and even shortened life expectancy. So how do you make sure you're staying on top of your health? Schedule an appointment today. Even if you feel healthy, having a routine checkup is one of the best ways to safeguard your future health. Don't wait until something goes wrong. Be proactive about your well-being. Your body has been with you for decades. Now it's time to return the favor. The sooner you catch a problem, the easier it is to treat. And if there's nothing wrong, you'll get the reassurance you need to keep doing what you're doing. Either way, regular checkups are the key to staying on top of your health and increasing your chances of living a long, vibrant life. Reason 5. Sitting too long. Every day. You might not think that sitting could be a problem, but one of the most insidious habits that slowly steals years from your life after 60 is sitting for prolonged periods every day. In our modern world, sitting has become a norm. We sit to eat, we sit to work, we sit to watch TV, and even during breaks, we often sit down to rest. But the human body wasn't built for stillness. It was designed to move. Prolonged sitting, especially in one position, can increase the risk of heart disease, diabetes, blood clots, and even premature death. The danger lies in the fact that you often don't feel the effects of too much sitting until years later, when the damage has already been done. While many of us know that exercise is essential, what most people don't realize is that sitting for long hours throughout the day, even if you exercise once a day, can undo a lot of the good your body gets from a short period of activity. Take Glenn, a 79-year-old man I once knew. Glenn prided himself on taking a daily walk around the block. It was his way of staying active and getting some exercise. However, outside of that walk, Glenn spent the majority of his day sitting in his recliner, watching the news or playing solitaire on his computer. He rarely stood up and often found himself dozing off. Over time, Glenn's ankles began to swell, his blood sugar started creeping up, and he began to feel more sluggish overall. When he went to the doctor told him, "It's not just about the walk, Glenn, it's what your body is doing during the other 23 hours of the day." It's true, sitting for prolonged periods reduces circulation, decreases muscle mass, and slows down metabolism. The result is a cascade of issues, from poor circulation to increased fat accumulation to the eventual loss of muscle strength. The longer you stay inactive, the more difficult it becomes to stay fit. It can even affect your mental health, contributing to feelings of sluggishness, depression, and a lack of motivation. The good news is that you do not have to overhaul your entire routine to make a difference. Simple actions can go a long way toward counteracting the negative effects of sitting. If you have a desk job or spend most of your day in front of a screen, set a timer to remind yourself to stand up and move every 30 minutes. Even just standing and stretching for a few minutes can get the blood flowing and make a significant difference over time. It's also important to integrate more active movements into your day. Stretching your legs, walking around the house, or performing simple exercises like heel raises while waiting for dinner to cook can all activate your muscles and keep your body in motion. The key is to avoid prolonged periods of sitting without breaks. You don't need to become an athlete to reap the benefits of movement. Small and consistent movements will help you maintain circulation, preserve muscle mass, and prevent the harmful effects of sitting. And if you're someone who enjoys sitting for relaxation, make sure to balance it with standing or moving around in short bursts. Even in the most comfortable chair, it's important to stand up, walk around, or stretch your muscles for at least a few minutes every hour. By making these small changes, you'll experience increased energy, better circulation, and a reduced risk of several chronic health conditions. Sitting less is one of the easiest lifestyle changes you can make to increase your life expectancy and quality of life after 60. Don't let the habit of sitting steal your vitality. Every small action you take to keep moving, whether it's standing while talking on the phone, walking around while watching TV, or stretching during your breaks adds up over time and can significantly improve your health and longevity. Reason 6. Eating while distracted. In today's fast-paced world, many people have developed the habit of eating while distracted. Whether it's eating in front of the TV, while scrolling through your phone, or even working at your desk, it's become the norm to multitask during meals. However, eating while distracted is one of the most harmful habits you can develop as you age, and it can silently steal years from your life. When you eat without paying attention, your body gets confused. You tend to chew faster, swallow more air, and often eat more than you actually need. This mindless eating pattern not only disrupts your digestion, but can also lead to weight gain, blood sugar spikes, and long-term metabolic issues. What is even worse is that you lose the ability to tune into your body's natural signals, like hunger or fullness. As a result, you often eat more than your body requires, which ultimately affects your health in the long term. One of the major issues with distracted eating is that it disconnects you from your food. You're not fully aware of what you're eating, how much you're eating, or how your food actually makes you feel. This lack of mindfulness during meals can lead to poor digestion, slower metabolism, and even bloating or discomfort after eating. This may seem harmless at first, but over time it contributes to weight gain and increases your risk of developing chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease. Take Teresa, a 73-year-old woman I once met. Teresa was never a fan of fast food or excessive snacking. However, she had developed the habit of eating all her meals in front of the television. She often didn't even remember finishing her plates. Teresa told me, "I don't even remember finishing most of my meals. I'm just so distracted, and then I feel like I've overeaten." Over the course of 2 years, Teresa had gained nearly 20 pounds without even realizing it. She never snacked on junk food or indulged in fast food. It was simply the pattern of distracted eating that led to her weight gain. Once Teresa realized what was happening, she made a simple change. She started turning off the TV during mealtime, sat down at the table, and focused on her food. She began eating slower, savoring each bite. Within a couple of weeks, she noticed she felt fuller quicker and didn't need to eat as much. She started losing weight without even changing what was on her plate. Mindful eating helped her regain control over her eating habits and improved her overall health. Mindful eating is not about dieting or counting calories. It's about reconnecting with your food, understanding what your body needs, and eating with intention. You don't have to make elaborate changes to your diet. Simply slowing down and paying attention while you eat can make a huge difference. For instance, take a moment before eating to look at your food. Appreciate its texture, color, and aroma. Chew your food slowly and savor every bite. It's not just about the physical benefits, but also about the emotional aspect. When you eat with attention, you send a message to your brain that the food is important, that you matter, and that you are nourishing yourself. Mindful eating helps you listen to your body's signals, teaching you to stop eating when you're full and avoid overeating. By making small changes like putting down your fork between bites or reducing distractions during meals, you can improve your digestion, maintain a healthy weight, and prevent the onset of chronic health conditions. If you've noticed that eating while distracted has become a pattern in your life, it's time to stop and be more present during mealtime. Disconnect from your screens, focus on the taste of the food, and enjoy your meal. This simple practice can significantly improve your relationship with food and, in turn, enhance your health and longevity. In addition to improving digestion and preventing weight gain, mindful eating also contributes to better emotional health. When you take time to focus on your meals, you reduce stress and create space to reflect on how your day is going. You shift from eating as a task to eating as an experience. By doing so, you can cultivate a deeper appreciation for what you're nourishing your body with, leading to greater mental and physical well-being. Reason 7. Living with constant noise. In our modern world, it's hard to escape noise, whether it's the hum of the refrigerator, the constant buzz of traffic outside, or the television playing in the background. Most of us are surrounded by noise all day long. At first, it may seem harmless, something that's just part of everyday life. But the truth is, constant noise can have a more serious impact on your health than you might realize. Living with constant background noise can subtly wear down your nervous system. Even when you don't consciously register it, your brain is always listening. Your heart rate stays slightly elevated, your blood pressure is higher, and your nervous system remains in a state of low-grade alertness. Over time, this subtle stress can lead to a variety of health problems, including chronic fatigue, anxiety, difficulty focusing, and even an increased risk of heart disease. You might think that as long as the noise is not loud or intrusive, it's okay. But what makes constant noise dangerous is its cumulative effect on your body. The hum of the television or the sound of traffic outside doesn't give your brain the chance to relax. It never gets a break. And that lack of quiet time can increase your overall stress levels, which in turn can lead to health complications like high blood pressure, sleep disturbances, and even cognitive decline over the years. Samuel, a 78-year-old man I knew, was a perfect example of how constant noise can affect your well-being. Samuel kept the TV on from morning to night, often as background noise to keep him company. He'd tell me, "It's just something I'm used to. It's not a big deal." But he often found himself feeling tense with frequent headaches and struggled to sleep through the night. His doctor couldn't find anything specific at first, but everything changed one day when there was a power outage. For the first time in years, Samuel spent an entire evening in silence. The next morning, Samuel called me and said, "It was the first time in a long time my head felt clear. I didn't realize how much stress I was carrying until the noise stopped." He eventually started turning the TV off for a few hours every day, and soon he was sleeping more soundly, his blood pressure improved, and he found himself reading for pleasure again. Noise doesn't have to be loud to have an impact. It just has to be constant. The brain and body need periods of stillness to reset. When everything is always buzzing around you, your nervous system remains in a constant state of alertness. Taking time away from constant noise can be an incredibly powerful form of self-care. Whether it's turning off the television, sitting outside for a few minutes without any background noise, or simply having a quiet evening at home, the silence is more restorative than you might think. Studies show that periods of quiet, especially when they involve natural sounds like the wind or birds chirping, can lower stress and promote relaxation. It is not just about sleep or rest. It is about giving your body the chance to reset its nervous system. These quiet moments help reduce heart rate, lower blood pressure, and calm the mind, which can have long-term benefits for your overall health. If you're living with constant noise, whether it's from your television, appliances, or traffic outside, try setting aside a time each day to embrace quiet. Start small by turning off the TV for an hour or sitting in silence for a few minutes. If possible, go outside and take in the sounds of nature. This simple practice of quieting your surroundings can do wonders for your stress levels, your mood, and even your physical health. Remember, your brain and body need rest from external stimuli. Noise doesn't just affect your ears, it affects your mind, heart, and nervous system. Make space for quiet in your life, and you'll start to feel the difference in your overall well-being. Silence can be a true form of medicine for your body and mind. Reason 8. Always keeping the lights on at night. It might seem harmless to leave a hallway light on, fall asleep with the TV glowing, or keep a lamp running through the night. But these little habits can quietly wreak havoc on your health in ways you might never expect. Your body has a natural rhythm, a built-in clock that tells it when to sleep, when to wake, and when to heal. That rhythm depends on light and dark, and when the line between night and day gets blurred, your body pays the price. The human body is designed to follow a natural circadian rhythm, a cycle that regulates sleep and wakefulness. This rhythm is largely influenced by light and darkness. When you expose your body to artificial light at night, especially blue light from screens or bright bulbs, it confuses your brain. It tells your body it's still daytime, which delays the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for making you feel sleepy. This disruption of your body's internal clock weakens your sleep and throws off your hormonal balance, which can lead to a cascade of health issues. Over time, this disruption can affect everything from your metabolism to your immune system. It has even been linked to higher risks of serious conditions, including cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. Not because of the light itself, but because of what that light does to your internal clock. It doesn't just affect your ability to fall asleep, it affects your ability to heal, repair, and function properly. Linda, 80, was a prime example of how artificial light can interfere with your health. For years she struggled with sleep, thinking it was just a normal part of aging. She had trouble falling asleep and often woke up multiple times during the night. She never realized the connection between the lights she kept on and her sleep issues. But during a wellness seminar, she learned about circadian rhythm disruption, and it clicked. Linda decided to make one simple change. She started turning off all artificial lights by 9 p.m. and replaced her bedside lamp with a softer amber bulb. Within just 2 weeks, she started falling asleep faster and staying asleep longer. Her mood lifted, her energy improved, and she was more alert during the day. She said, "I didn't know how tired I was until I finally rested." Sleep isn't just about how many hours you spend in bed. It's about the signals your body receives beforehand. If your brain thinks it's still daytime because of the light exposure, it won't release the necessary chemicals to wind down and prepare for sleep. If you repeat that pattern for years, the damage can silently steal energy, clarity, and even years from your life. So how can you protect yourself from this hidden danger? Start by making small adjustments to your nighttime environment. Dim the lights an hour before bed. Use warm, soft lighting in the evening instead of bright, harsh lights. Avoid screens, or use a blue light filter if you must. Make your bedroom as dark and quiet as possible, and if you need a nightlight for safety, choose one that's red or amber, not white or blue. Your body thrives on rhythm. When you honor that rhythm, you give yourself the best chance to heal, restore, and grow stronger with age. Because a good night's sleep isn't just restful, it's regenerative. And offering your body true darkness might be one of the most unexpected yet powerful gifts you can give for a longer, healthier life. As we wrap up, it is important to reflect on the 8 habits that may be quietly stealing years from your life, and how awareness is the first step in taking back control of your health. These habits may seem small or insignificant, but when accumulated over time, they can have a profound impact on your well-being. The good news is, none of these habits are permanent. Every single one of them can be changed with mindful action and commitment. By recognizing these patterns and deciding to make small, consistent changes, you can reclaim your vitality and add more years to your life, not just in number, but in quality. It's not about living forever, it's about living well. And by protecting your physical, mental, and emotional health, you can ensure that you continue to thrive as you age, with strength, clarity, and purpose. If you've recognized any of these habits in your own life, or if you feel inspired to make a change, take that first step today. Reach out to someone you care about. Start turning off the lights earlier, or make an appointment for that checkup you've been avoiding. These simple actions can set you on the path toward a healthier, longer life. Remember, it's never too late to make a change. The journey to better health starts with just one decision. Make that decision today and give yourself the gift of more time, more energy, and more years of fulfillment. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments one thing you plan to do to stop these habits from stealing your time and health. Your thoughts and experiences inspire us to continue creating content that helps you lead your best life. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support allows us to continue making more content that informs, empowers, and inspires. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.